Welcome to Chavruta tonight.
Thank you, Rabbi.
It must have been hard getting out here on a Passover Chol Moed.
Very difficult.
But as we say, L'fum tzara agra, the harder it is, the greater the reward. So today we're going to talk about an interesting topic. I'm sure you're familiar that we eat matzah on Pesach. Most people are not quite aware how many mitzvot are there of eating matzah. Like, what would you say if I asked you, like, what's the mitzvah of eating matzah on Pesach? What would you say?
Eating bread, eating hamotzi. Just they say there is the most.
The Seder night, right? The most important thing, the Seder night. You know, some people try to eat a lot of kazayits. How many kazayits did you eat on the Seder night?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Right, that's nice. That's beautiful. But you really only have to eat one kazayit. Now the Seder's over. You know, some people order 4 pounds of matzah, and that's it. Until this week, Chol Moed goes straight till Shabbat, basically. So I could, you know, go on a diet for the rest of the week, and I'm good, technically. So that's going to be our question. Are you wasting carbs by eating matzah all Pesach? Or not? Maybe, you know, I want to have a vegetable diet for the whole week. Is that okay? They're doing long? That's our question. Okay. And believe it or not, we'll discuss another topic that's related. Did you ever notice that some men wear tefillin on Chol Moed? You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have.
You ever heard of that? So we Sfardim do not.
Right.
So what is that dependent on? Why do they have to do that? And believe it or not, it's going to have to do with eating matzah on Pesach.
Okay.
That's a chidush. Okay? Even a learned man like you might not know this. Okay, so let's open up our booklets over here to the first page. It talks about the source of eating matzah on Pesach. And I'll give you the honors of reading the first pasuk with the arrow on it over here.
בראשון ב14 יום לחודש בערב תאכלו מצות עד יום האחד ו20 לחודש בערב.
So what does it tell us?
On the 14th day, in the evening, you have to eat matzot.
Good. You have to eat matzah. So I'll stop right there. And that's my mitzvah. You take a zayit of matzah? Okay. We turn our page. That's in Parashat Bo. We turn our page in Devarim. And now the fun starts. Read Pasuk Gimel and then Pasuk Chet. They both have arrows. Go ahead.
לא תאכל עליו חמץ, 7 ימים תאכל עליו מצות, לחם עוני.
Ooh. 7 yamim tochal alav matzot lechem oni? 7 days you should eat matzot? That's strange. Go to the bottom of the page.
6 ימים תאכל מצות, וביום השביעי עשרת לאדוני אלוהיך, לא תעשה מלאכה.
6 days eat matzah, and the 7th day don't do work with Shavi Shal Pesach. First you tell me the first day, then you tell me 7 days, then you tell me 6 days. What's going on? Strange.
Very strange.
Okay. And that's our point to ponder. These Pesukim don't seem to make sense. We turn the page. Rashi's going to tell us the following chidush. Tell us the rule called Davar Shaya Bichlal, something that was part of a group. V'yatzam and Akal came out of the group. Lo lamed al atzmo yatzah. It's not just teaching about itself. El lamed al klal klo yatzah. It's teaching about everything else. What left the group over here? The 7th day. Because I said 6 days you eat matzah. First I said 7 days you eat matzah. And I said 6 days you eat matzah. So the 7th day is left out. That means you don't really have to eat matzah on the 7th day. Once you don't have to eat matzah on the 7th day, you don't have to eat matzah on all 6 days. Okay. I just used the 7th day as an example. Now, don't think that the first day you're off because I said ba'erev tochlu matzot. So with that 6 and 7 comes out really none of the days you have to eat. Now again, it's strange because the Torah says eats matzah for 7 days. Now you tell me I don't have to eat matzah for 7 days because I told you only for 6 and not for the 7th. So it's a little strange. You have to work out what's going on over here. Okay. Now, for some people might be bothered by this. It's just very strange. 1 day, 6 days, 7 days, you come up with this whole new thing. The first day you have to, the rest of the days you don't, maybe you should. How does this all work out? So basically, you've been learning Gemara for many years. You know that in order for us to understand any given pasuk, there's rules. You can't just look at a pasuk and say, hey, look what it says. I'm going with that. You know what those people are called that just read the pasuk as is, without any oral law? Kara'im. You know why they were called Kara'im?
Because they read. Kara'im.
Kara. They read Mikra, just what it says. They didn't go with any oral law. And that's not our group. We don't believe in that. What's a classic example of it says something in the Torah, and we use one of these 13 principles to do something different than it actually says in the Torah? Give me a good classic example. Something that the Torah says, do this, and we really don't do that exactly.
Tefillin
Very good. Where do you put your tefillin?
on my forehead.
What does the Torah say?
Ben Einecha.
Which would be over there.
Right.
Kara'im put that tefillin but over there. Now we say, well, there's another place that says the word beinecha, that pulling hair out of your head, and that's referring to your head. So therefore, this between your eyes is also on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's going on? That's Torah Sheba'al Peh, we believe. Now, later on, we'll tell you that the nerves, the optic nerve is located over here, so it really is between your eyes. Of course, everything Hashem says is true, but we need the Torah Sheba'al Peh rules to understand it. And this is another one of the examples. Rule number 8 is called Kol Davar Sheyah B'Chlal V'Yatza Min HaKlal Lamed Lo Lamed Al Atzmo Yatza. That's one of the rules. I said 7, then it says 6. I'm taking out of the group. I'm taking the whole group out. Okay, that's it. Now we have that background. That on one hand it says you only after the first day, but then it does say eat all the 7 days. So what's going on? So we have to have a little introduction information. When it comes to any activities, there's 3 basic levels. One is called a chova, you have to do it. One is called a mitzvah, which means you get a mitzvah and you don't have to do it. And one is called a reshut, which means it's totally permissible, totally optional. Now let's see if you could think of any mitzvah that's a have to do mitzvah.
Tefillin.
Tefillin, you have to, it's not up to you, good. Give me an activity that has to do with a mitzvah and aveirah, but it's not really a mitzvah at all. You're not allowed to eat chazir. Good?
Okay.
Now, when you eat a kosher piece of steak, there's no mitzvah. You just didn't eat chazir.
Okay.
So that's totally reshut. Total permissible, and optional. What about if I tell you, I want to eat meat? Now I tell you, do you have to eat meat?
No.
But if you want to eat meat, what do you have to do?
Shachte.
Slaughter it. So you don't have to slaughter animals, but if you want to eat, you slaughter, you got a mitzvah. So there's certain things that we'll put in that middle zone. You know, you can go through your whole life without ever slaughtering a cow. I never slaughtered a cow. You can't go through your whole life without ever putting on tefillin. So we have levels. Now, drinking Poland spring water, that's nothing. That's just, enjoy. You don't have to drink Poland spring water. It's enjoyable. You're not getting a mitzvah at all. You're getting a reshut. When you slaughter an animal, you don't have to slaughter the animal, but you get a mitzvah. Those are our 3 levels. We're going to call it, level A is called a chova, an obligation. Level B is called a mitzvah, which you get a mitzvah even though you don't have to do it. And level C we'll call the reshut, which is optional. Now, this is going to be our question. When it comes to matzah and Pesach, what is matzah and Pesach for the additional 7 days? Is it like water? Or is it like, if I do eat the matzah, I get a mitzvah like by shechita? That's my question. So,
We're accepting that it's not a chova.
all 7 days, no, because we have the Erev Tochlu Matzot, that's a given.
And that's the...
That's right, that we did this. Right. So we have a Baal HaMaor, one of the Rishonim, who asked the following question. He says, how come all 7 days I eat in the sukkah, and every time I eat bread in the sukkah, I make a beracha al l'sheva sukkah? How come every time I eat matzah, I don't make a beracha al achilat matzah only the first night? That's his question.
Correct.
You think you have an answer?
No.
Think a second. What's the difference? Why is it that with that bread in the sukkah, I make a beracha, and matzah I don't make a beracha?
Because I'm actually in the sukkah, I don't necessarily have to eat. No, I don't have an answer.
Because you don't have to eat in the sukkah either. If you want, you can eat, right? You don't have to eat in the sukkah.
But I have to eat, if I want to eat bread, I have to eat in the
If you want to eat bread, you have to eat in the sukkah. That's true. So now, you can't say if I want to eat bread, I have to eat matzah. So you want to say like sukkah, okay? Or you could say even more. One could say, to answer this question, there is no mitzvah to eat matzah. How can you make a bracha? Shek Shem Sav Tzivanu. There's no command. Like you said, in the sukkah, if I want to eat bread now, God says, you must eat in the sukkah. So I say, Shek Shem Sav Tzivanu. God commanded me. You never commanded me. Matzah to begin with. So what's the Baal HaMaor's question?
Correct.
And the Chidah is bothered by that. The Chidah says, what's the question? What do we see from this Baal HaMaor, says all the Mefashim? That the Baal HaMaor felt that no, there is a mitzvah to eat matzah. There is a mitzvah to eat matzah. And that's why he's bothered by the question. If there is a mitzvah to eat matzah, why not make a beracha? His answer is very interesting. He says, you could survive the whole Pesach without ever fulfilling the mitzvah of matzah. After the first night, I want to eat vegetables the whole week. I don't need to fulfill the mitzvah of matzah ever. You can't go by the whole sukkah without fulfilling the mitzvah of sukkah. You know why? Why can't I go 8 days without fulfilling the mitzvah sukkah?
Because you need to sleep.
You need to sleep, exactly. No one can survive 3 days without sleeping, 8 days without sleeping, and unless weather conditions do not permit, you must sleep in the sukkah. We don't say la'achol ba'sukkah le'shev. The sukkot teshvu, live. So therefore, the sukkah is a mitzvah. You can't get around living in the sukkah. That's why I have to make a beracha. When it comes to matzah, I don't have to because I could have gotten around it. But from his question, I see he felt it was a mitzvah. Otherwise, what's the question?
Right.
That's the bottom line. Now, keep turning. I basically did a lot of this. Now, the Aruch HaShulchan makes this point also. And we have, now we go on to tefillin. Tefillin. We know the rule is, we wear tefillin every day but Shabbat. Why don't you wear tefillin on Shabbat? You know what the reason is?
Because we have ot.
Oh,
Shabbat is an ot. So we need two ots
at
every
all
day.
times. What are the two oats you have all the time?
Brit milah,
And
if it's a regular day, it's tefillin.
good,
And the Shabbat is ot.
beautiful. And if you would wear your tefillin, it's an insult to Shabbat. Like I don't trust you. It's like I have a minyan. I say you're the 11th guy. That means I don't count. So if you bring another witness, so to say, to testify, other than Shabbat, that's a disgrace. You're not allowed to wear tefillin on Shabbat.
Good.
Now, we don't wear tefillin on Chol Moed. The question is, what's the ot on Chol Moed? You're allowed to make a fire on Chol Moed. You're allowed to chop wood. You're allowed to cook. You're allowed to do melacha on Chol Moed.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it a sign? That's Tosfot's question.
Good.
And that's why the Ashkenazim who do wear tefillin, because they say you're allowed to do malacha. So how could I not wear my tefillin?
See, any day that we don't do, we're not allowed to do melacha.
That's the oath. That's the sign. That's
Even
the sign.
Yom Tov?
Yom Tov is also a sign. Yes.
Okay.
So I have a problem with Chol Moed. And this is Tosfot's question. You ready for Tosfot's answer? Tosfot says, Yesh Lomar on the third line, number 10. Tosfot Moed Katan. Ho'il v'ochel matzah v'yoshev b'sukkah ein tzarich ot. That's the oath. Sukkah and matzah. It's okay. Sukkah. I understand. Half my sukkah. What's the oath of matzah? I don't have to eat matzah all 7 days. The answer is you do have to eat matzah all 7 days. Mm-hmm. You don't have to, but when you do, you get a mitzvah. So therefore, it's still an oath. Now, with this, we're going to explain the Shulchan Aruch, who the seeming contradiction. Shulchan Aruch says b'chol hamoed gam ken asur laniach tefillin, because Yimei Chol Hamoed is an oath. And the Magen Avraham says, you know why it's an oath? Because you have to eat matzah. And the same Shulchan Aruch on the next page tells us, Ein chayav l'chol matzah, ela b'layla rishon b'lvad. What's going on? The answer is there's two levels. One level is called a chovah, you have to. That's only the first night. But all the other days you get a mitzvah every time you eat. And that's what you would have thought you have to make a beracha, but you don't. The Gaon of Vilna goes and says clearly, Shivat Yamim, number 16, Shivat Yamim Tochal Matzot, Chol Shiva Mitzvah. Ain't no korela Reshut. You know why it's called a Reshut in the Gemara? It's an option. L'gabe Laila Rishona Shi Chova. Vis-a-vis a Chova, it's a Reshut. Mitzvah L'gabe Chova Reshut Karela. I'll call it a Reshut. But I'll came Mitzvah Doraita. And his proof is, Yom Tov Ein Tzarich Ot. Pesach u'matzah, Sukkot b'sukkah. So if I don't wear tefillin, where's my oath? My matzah. Unbelievable. Who thinks they're eating a matzah? It's like you're wearing a tefillin during Chol Moed. Okay. Now, the Kaf HaChaim, one of the great Sephardic poskim, he brings down that I'm sure the Kaf HaChaim brings down that this Chizkuni and a Chatam Sofer, let's say it's mitzvah every single day. Now, Rabbi Yerucham Olshin from Lake was going to bring us two proofs. Number one is, it's called Chag HaMatzot. We say today Chag HaMatzot in our prayers. How can you say Chag HaMatzot if you only eat it one day? It's called Chag HaMatzot. Furthermore, he brings a Rokeach down, one of the Rishonim, that says, whoever eats matzah for 7 days becomes a partner with God who created the world in 7 days. What do you mean? How am I part of God 7 days? Only mitzvah the first day. Matzah, the mitzvah all 7 days. Okay, now the next big point is like this. The rabbi called the Pe'er Eitz Chaim, who's one of the students of the Gra, says, I'll tell you what's the pshat. The Torah says eat matzah for 7 days. I can't ignore that. But what does it say? It says, don't eat chametz, eat matzah 7 days. Do you know what that means? He says, if I eat apples all day, Hazaku Baruch, but you didn't show you're refraining from chametz. The only way to actively fulfill the mitzvah of the animal chametz is I eat an item. If I would have waited the 18 minutes, it would have become chametz, and I didn't. That's how you fulfill the mitzvah of not eating chametz. So when you eat an apple, it never could have been chametz. When you eat matzah, that could have been chametz and didn't, that's how you fulfill the mitzvah of not eating chametz. So it's a positive that's really there to show how you're fulfilling the negative.
Not eating the bread.
But how do I not eat bread? Only by eating matzah.
Got it. Positive.
Now, based on that, he says there's 4 differences in the first night of Pesach and the rest of Pesach. The first night of Pesach has to be lechem oni. Therefore, I have to have a haggadah oni malam dvarim habeh. Oni means it has to be a broken piece of bread. That's why we bake the bread. Oni means that it can't have any additions. I can't have matzah ashira. I can't have egg matzah because there's additions. Oni means I can't cook it because I have to have the flavor of the matzah. All those laws apply. If you have a matzah bowl, you've got kibbeh matzah or whatever it is, you're not going to get a mitzvah the first night. He says the rest of the week, as long as you ate something that couldn't become chametz, you get a mitzvah. So you don't have to eat those hard matzah and break your teeth. Have kibbeh saniyah with matzah meal inside it, and you get a mitzvah for every ounce.
Oh.
That's what he says. That's his whole pshat. The whole pshat is do something that's avoiding chametz proactively.
Wow.
Good. But Rebbe Yerucham Olshan brings down others that argue. They say if you want to fulfill the mitzvah of eating matzah, you have to eat shmur matzah, and it has to be maybe not machine matzah. So there's an argument exactly what it means to eat matzah. Now, our last point to ponder is Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach has a question. He says, do I get a mitzvah every time I eat matzah? What happens if I want to wash your breakfast and lunch? Is it like shaking lulav twice, you only get one mitzvah? Or every time you do? So he brings a Gaon of Vilna that says on the last day of Yom Tov, this year it happens to be, it's going to be a Shabbat, but I don't know, weird that the last day would be a Wednesday. He would have a Sudash Lishit, another meal before Pesach was over, to get another mitzvah of matzah in. Now, if there's no mitzvah by eating a second time, it's a waste of time. So if you see from the fact that the Gaon would have Sudash Lishit on the last day of Yom Tov, that there is a mitzvah for every kazayit that you have throughout Pesach. And the last final point is to show how seriously Sephardic Jewry took eating matzah all 7 days. The Stei Chemed says that in my town of Hebron, he says, Harvei Balei Batim, many people, even people that were knowledgeable, made achilat matzah all 7 days. Because they thought they were getting a mitzvah, especially the first 2 days they did it. He says, I was shook into the core. It's a brachal v'tala, and I went from shul to shul and announced it's a mistake. I learned this class with some of the boys. They told me, one guy says, my father used to do that. My father always made a brachal matzah all the days. The other guy says, my father-in-law still does that. So it seems it was a custom amongst certain Sfaradis to do that because they took it so seriously. It's a mitzvah all 7 days. Cham Vadya, finally in Chazon Avadya, ends off and says, Ikar is ein levarech. And he says, V'mevarech al chal matzah, brachal v'tala. And tell the people to stop. It's minhag ta'ut. He says, "V'yafei nahag ha-Stei Chemed." I like what the Stei Chemed did. He went from shul to shul to stop the people from this, making this beracha. But again, you see, they really believed it was a mitzvah all 7 to the point they're making beracha al-chalat matzah all 7 days. So therefore, bottom line is, enjoy your matzahs. Don't feel like you're wasting your time. By the way, I happen to notice over here I have my Lev Chana cards. Did you play your Lev Chana pledge yet?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I think it's going to.
Let's go.